Excited to be with you guys this morning. Today's topic: why you shouldn't be afraid to stand out. But first things first, wherever you're watching, like, comment, and subscribe and share into your social media because you have a friend that needs to hear this too, or you need to share it to your wall because you need to save it for later because I'm on fire for this topic today. So let's not wait, let's get started. Why you shouldn't be afraid to stand out. Like, generations of people have tried to stand out, and guess what they do? They all stand out and be different, and then they all become the same. And I was like, I'm so confused. You all want to be different, but you're all the same. All right. God put you here uniquely to be a person. I spent most of my life, and I'll start with a story. Like when I would walk into a room, or I went to a party, or I went to school, or even when I was a young adult, that walked out of that room and I was like, nobody is going to remember me. Like nobody is going to remember my name or remember who I am. They're not even going to know that I was there because I just came in as my old vanilla self. Like Cindy was just there, didn't even truly authentically know who she was and just was there. And like it was, you came and I go and I was like nobody would know the difference that I was there because I just was not authentically myself. I guarantee you, if you meet me anywhere in the world today, you will remember that you had an interaction with Cindy because I'm sure it will involve a hug. I'm sure it will be loud. And I'm sure it will be something you hadn't experienced because I live my authentic self every day. Like I decided years ago that I wasn't going to wait until I was a senior citizen and an little old lady in a retirement home to speak my mind or say hello or give you a hug or not be afraid to yell your name across the grocery store because I was like, oh, my friend is at the grocery store. I'm going to say hi to her. I haven't seen her forever. I'm going to get her attention until I can run across the grocery store and give her a great big hug. I don't care what other people think about me, and I definitely don't care about their opinions. That was the biggest thing I learned that I resolved that I was like, no. So you live in your authentic self, you walk in your authentic self, and you're not afraid. Like, we live we've been living in a world of fear all the time. Like, don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to be your own best friend. Like, give yourself a pat on the back and be like, Cindy, you did a great job today. You were really brave. You saw something that needed to be addressed and you spoke up about it. My thing was always, I will be the person that says what you're thinking in your head because I look around, I was like, I know everybody else is thinking this, but they're not going to do anything about it. And I will close with this story that when I was growing up, my mom and dad always went to the movies. We always went to the movies on like Friday or Saturday night or on holidays. So I would go do that and I'd sit in a movie theater of 400 people. So imagine 400 people in a movie theater. You can imagine that was ice cold in there because every time back then you had to bring a jacket because the movie theater was actually cold. So I had my jacket. I'm sitting there in the row that my mom and dad like to sit in, and the movie starts playing, and then it stops. And imagine back then it was where it was actually the film that ran through, so there was no real rewind. Like the movie just broke, and I sat there, and it's before cell phones, so there's no text messaging, there's no phone calling to the front, and I sat there in a room of 300 people, and I guarantee you 98% of them were adults and 2% were like kids. And I sat there and I looked at my mom and dad and I sat there and I was like, it's 3 minutes, it's been 4 minutes, it's been 5 minutes, it's 6 minutes. We're sitting here in the dark. Is anybody going to go tell them that it's broke? Because you only have a 50-50 chance that somebody's up in that booth with the film. Usually they push the button, let it go, and then they have to go around to the other ones. So we just sat there. So I, Cindy, little old 10-year-old Cindy, 11-year-old Cindy, 12-year-old Cindy went all the way to the front to ask to speak to the manager and tell them the projector in number 4 is broken. There is 299 other people in here that not one person came and told you that. So can you come and please fix it? That's what I mean. Don't be afraid to stand out. You could be sitting in a dark movie theater, or you can get up and take action and go tell somebody to fix it. So that's exactly how you need to go through life. Are you going to sit in the dark movie theater, or are you going to get up and take a step and get the movie fixed? Because you're there to watch a movie. I wasn't there to sit in the dark. I could do that at home at night when it's time to go to bed. So I have a Moms in the Middle group. The link is in the description of the video. It's a bunch of people that don't want to sit in a dark movie theater. They want to get up and take some action. So join us there. I love you all. Have a great weekend, and I will see you back here again on Monday.